Right now, the Steelers' playoff hopes rely on themselves. They still have to beat the Browns in this upcoming game. Also, Josh Allen and the Bills to beat the Patriots. And now we're also relying on Joe Flacco. Yes, in addition, the Steelers need the Jets to defeat the Dolphins in Week 18. And it has just been reported that the Jets will be relying on Joe Flacco to be their starting quarterback. Zach Wilson will be the backup, as Mike White has been dealing with this rib injury. So with the Jets being out of the playoffs, I think they're just going to sit him down. The question is, would we rather have Joe Flacco or Zach Wilson? Joe Flacco, former AFC North rival. He won a Super Bowl in the past, but we're very familiar with his game, being that he was the Ravens quarterback. He's just not that good. He's a little overhyped, or got a little overhyped ever since winning that Super Bowl. And right now, he's just been a journeyman quarterback. Good for a game or two here or there to get you out of a stadium. But I actually do think he's better than Zach Wilson. I think he is the better option for the Steelers. Actually, out of any of the Jets quarterbacks. I don't know who the hell's their third or fourth stringer. He got in that Jags game on Thursday Night Football. We don't want him. Mike White with the rib injuries, I'm good on that too. So it just comes down to Flacco or Zach Wilson. And I'll take Joe Flacco. It also helps that Flacco is going to be going up against the Dolphins' third-string quarterback, Skylar Thompson. Rookie, I just flat out don't think he's that good. The Dolphins actually signed Mike Glennon to their practice squad. I think that would be the more intriguing option for the Dolphins, or at least the quarterback that could give them the better chance to win, because as of right now, Flacco versus Skylar Thompson matchup, I like our chances with Flacco. The unfortunate thing, though, is the Jets with their offensive linemen, they're sitting 3 starters in this game. But the Jets defense is still really solid, and going up against Skylar Thompson and that disaster of a Dolphins offense that it has been over these last however many weeks, whether it has been Tua, Bridgewater, or Skylar Thompson, that's going to be in the Steelers' favor too. And then with the Bills and Josh Allen, I don't think there's a soul in America outside of maybe just hopeful Patriots fans that think the Bills are going to lose this game for a couple reasons. One, they're going to be trying to win this for Damar Hamlin. But also, too, I saw something pop up on Twitter. Some of these AFC seedings and the new rules that they just dropped are a little confusing. But someone said that the Bills have to win this to maintain some type of seeding or maintain some type of advantage going into the playoffs. I don't know. I'm going to post a screenshot as I'm talking right now, and you guys can make what you want of it. I don't think the Bills are going to lose this game. And then now to the Steelers versus the Browns. We got a few things to go over. We got injury reports. Also, Jadeveon Clowney isn't going to be playing for the Browns, and Myles Garrett talked about it a little bit. He used his best Tomlinism, actually. I guess he learned from Coach T on how to respond to situations like this.
I mean, we just want volunteers, not hostages.
But now to the other players that are going to be sitting out this game due to injury. For the Steelers, Minkah Fitzpatrick is listed as questionable with an ankle injury. Myles Jack with a groin injury, listed as questionable as well. Trey Norwood with a hamstring injury officially ruled out. And that is it for the Steelers. For the Browns, Jack Conklin is out with an ankle injury. Denzel Ward with a shoulder listed as questionable. Isaiah Thomas, defensive end, foot out. Jadeveon Clowney, as I mentioned, out, non-injury related. As we sit here week 18, the scouting report for this Steelers-Browns game has not changed that much from any other of the Steelers' opponents throughout the season. It's about 75% of the same thing. Stop the run on defense, and let's run the ball on offense. I mean, hell, if you go through the schedule, literally, Bengals game week 1, that's not really the scouting report. Patriots in week 2, yes, that's what we got to do. Browns in week 3, that was the same thing. Jets, yes, stop the run. They had some good things going with Breece Hall at the time. We never really believed in Zach Wilson that much. He was coming off of the injury as well. Buffalo Bills, nah. Buccaneers, not really. They actually avoided the run. We were going to make them try to dink and dunk us and then play some tight defense in the red zone. Dolphins, yeah, stop the run. Eagles, they're a pretty balanced attack. But then whenever you hit past the bye, Saints, Colts, Falcons, Ravens twice, Panthers, Raiders, in very cold weather. That's literally the exact same thing we said for all those games. The only team outside of that was week 11, Cincinnati Bengals. So literally for 75% of our games this year, Our focus should be going in, stop the run, make them beat us with a limited quarterback, and then let's run the ball and potentially get some balance going on offense. It's not complicated. But the reasons why this makes sense for this particular matchup is Deshaun Watson, he's still a little rusty. I mean, he's still a really talented quarterback. I would put him in a class over some of these other guys that we faced in the second half of the season for sure. Just because it's one of those things, you never know. Could he turn it on in a snap of a finger in this Week 18 game? I'm sure he's going to be better in 2023 than what he was in 2022, just given he's going to have a full offseason and then a full season to work with his offense. But as of right now, it's still limited. Like, they're not making Deshaun Watson pass it 30 or 40 times like he did with the Texans. It's not that version of him. So they're going to stick with what they've been doing. They're not just going to completely switch their identity in the last game of the season. They're going to run the ball with Nick Chubb. They're going to run the ball with Kareem Hunt. They have really good run blocking with their offensive line. And their pass blocking, this is another reason I don't think they're going to be passing that much, is their pass blocking is kind of questionable at times. And then for the Browns defense, they're like a bottom 5 or 6 team in run defense. And we see what Najee Harris has done in the second half since the bye. He's third in rushing yards. He's like first or second in broken tackles. So let's run the rock. Give Najee Harris and Jalen Warren the ball like 30 times and see what they can do. And then for Pickett, when we need you to step up, you step up. On third downs to move the chains, make a completion. Don't turn the ball over. And then if we need you in the fourth quarter or the final drive to clutch up, do that. And that's exactly what he's been doing, so I don't see why that's going to stop against the Browns here. They have a good secondary, but it's not like a lead or anything. It's not like the Legion of Boom. Then you have Denzel Ward. He's questionable. I view it kind of like the Ravens matchup. Like, they got good players. They got a solid secondary. It's probably 10 or 15 in the league, like top 10 or 15 ranking-wise. But it's nothing that you should be afraid of if you just stick with what you're doing and what you're good at on offense. There just shouldn't be a problem either way, whether it's running the ball or also passing. Now, my score prediction in this one, I said on the podcast 24-17, and I see no reason to change that. If anything, I think the Steelers' margin for victory could be a little bit wider. Maybe it could be something like a 24-14, just with Jadeveon Clowney being out and also Denzel Ward being questionable. And, like, I really feel like this Steelers team is going to be motivated to win this one for Coach T, but also to try to get into the playoffs. We've been playing really good since the bye. I don't know if enough's being talked about how this team, like, turned it around since the bye. 2-6, people were talking about tanking and all that. If Pickett didn't get hurt in that first Ravens matchup, like, I really think we could be 7-1. Obviously, we still have to win this game, but we could have been 7-1. And we wouldn't have to be relying on anything. But no, I really think the Steelers are playing some good football right now, and it's a team that if we do make the playoffs, that no one's going to want to go up against. So, and then my other predictions, you know what? Screw it. Joe Flacco gets the Jets win, and then also the Bills do beat the Patriots, and you'll be seeing the Steelers with that 7th seed. I'm going to do a parlay for that for sure. Either a parlay or, like, there might just be a straight Steelers make the playoffs bet. It's probably going to be around, like, plus 500 or plus 600 from what I've been seeing online. Probably drop like $20 on that, so there's some big Deke investments for you. But let me know what you guys think of this preview. You guys have any bold predictions for the Steelers-Browns game? If you have any thoughts on the other games that impact the Steelers, the Bills-Patriots, or also the Jets-Dolphins, drop those comments or thoughts down below as well. Stay chilling. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and see you Sunday. Here we go, Steelers. Peace.